Hi everyone, Ken here. About to give you a tour of the MR2, electric MR2 underneath the car. So come on, let's go. That's it. So the MR2 is a mid-rear engine, which means the motive power is actually in the back of the car, driving the back of the wheels, the back two wheels versus the front. Here's the transmission, the original engine mounted to this transmission, and drove these drive shafts to spin the wheels in the back. What I had to do was replace the engine with this motor right here, this 9-inch DC motor, series wound motor, so that the prime power is from this guy instead of engine. So that's where the motor is. This motor has two shafts. The primary shaft being connected to the transmission to drive the transmission, to drive the car. But there's an auxiliary shaft here on the other side of the motor that I've heard some people use to drive an air conditioning unit. But I use mine to be for my RPM gauge. This is a RPM sensor gauge, and I'll post up the link on where I got this, and you could do the same thing, so that the RPM of the motor actually gets displayed inside the car through the original RPM gauge. And I'll have a link on how to do that as well. It's cool to know what your motor RPM is. That way you don't overdrive the motor to prolong its life. These things last forever, by the way. I've heard that folks have over 1 million miles on these electric motors, as long as you know how to take care of them. The brushes inside here are replaceable, and you have to replace them every 80,000 miles or so, 100,000 miles or so. But basically, you just take this, I'm not going to do it right now, take this off, and then there's a set of 8 brushes that you've got to get to right there to replace from time to time, like I said, every 100,000 miles or so. So it's not too bad. Close this. And what else do I have to show you here? Here's a splash guard or protector plate that protects against rain, the electric components. Behind there is my control board where my contactors and fuses are. So that's where all the things are there. It's mounted to the engine compartment there on the sidewall on the sidewall. So yeah, this protects against flying debris, road debris, as well as water, moisture splashing from driving in the rain. On the other side, I don't have a protector plate, but I do have, because this is the rear of the car, it's very unlikely that something will actually fly up and hit around this area, because I'm driving forward, right? So I've chosen to just use the original splash guard to protect this area against rain. This is the DC to DC converter that converts the 144 volt pack to 12 volts to charge the 12 volt auxiliary battery that controls the lights, the ignition, the fan, etc. Let's continue going. I don't think there's anything else to see here. Here's the metal tunnel of the car. As I mentioned, I actually replaced the fuel tank, which used to be along here on the bottom of the car, with 6 more lithium iron phosphate cells. And you can see here, there's 4 there. And I've got these metal plate protectors, protecting mainly against road debris, because you don't want road debris to accidentally fly up and hit one of these batteries, causing damage. That would not be a good thing. So I have these stainless steel protective plates that I've hooked up to these batteries. Continue go on. Got 2 more here, also protected by splash guards, and also a metal protector plate on the bottom there. Unfortunately, these batteries are a bit more difficult to get to for maintenance. If I ever have to bottom balance it, I have to pull these racks out to get to the terminals to be able to charge them, or to tighten the terminal connections. But luckily, I don't have to do that too often, so it's manageable right now. Here's the front of the car. Here's the frunk, the bottom of the frunk. Let's keep going. Up front here is where I've installed a Manzanita Micro charger that allows me to charge at 220 as well as 110, and that's the ventilation of the charger. Continuing on, now we're at the front of the car. I did install a splash guard using a piece of plastic here. I'm not sure if you can see, it's right there. That's protecting the charger, the green thing back there, against rain when I'm driving. Since this is the front of the car, I felt that was important to do. And after 2 years, things have been fine. So now we're in the front of the car, and there's my charger. Hope you liked the tour. Bye for now.